Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for those who are joining me. Good morning, Pink Sugar. Sugar Wooga Wooga. I hope you had a nice weekend. I had a fantabulous one. Let me not yell over this music. I had a fantabulous weekend. And I'm going to have a fantabulous weekday as well. Because I'm going to make myself have one. Thank you, Queen Diva. Peaches, good morning, beautiful. It's probably a little light this morning because, you know, it's not mess. Good morning, Regina, my love. Good morning, good morning, good morning. This morning, we are going to get into ourselves. Yep, get into investing in ourselves. Sometime you have to make your own business. We're going to talk about that. You have to invest in the right things, create your own wealth, I call it. Now, whether we get to the wealthy portion of it, it's okay. But create your own business, especially in a climate like we're in now. We need to make sure we are 10 steps ahead of everything that's going on in our communities, in the world in general. And so I said, I'm going to have some coffee and I am going back to my roots where I started from. And that was with morning coffee chat. Yes, I'm going to go back to my roots. Sometimes we have to do that. And morning coffee chat was my baby. And that's what I'm going to do along with night shows. But let's talk about investments this morning. Stock, online businesses, how to create online businesses that could work for you could really work for you well. Good morning. Thanks for joining me. I hope you all had a great weekend. Those in the skybox and those that's engaging in the chat, please make sure you hit the thumbs up. This is nothing about mess. This is all about creating wealth for yourself, investing in yourself. I know most people think you need a lot of money to invest. That's a fallacy. You don't need a lot of money to invest. You can just invest with simple, mere dollars you have laying around. And that's what I want to talk about. A while back, I talked about Robinhood, and some people put in the chat other little stock investments that you could do. And I had spoke about options, and the reason why that is good for you to try options first, because you could take a small amount of money, you could purchase a stock option with a contract. Now remember, anytime you make an investment in life, period, there's a risk to it. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a stockbroker. I'm not, so I can't sit here and tell you all the ins and outs, but I can tell you something that just happened to work for me that I stumbled upon, and it didn't take a lot of money. So it's time for us to sit back and think how we can create our own businesses and invest in our own selves so we can have money for the long haul. The economy is about to take a twist. So we already spoke earlier about people losing homes, businesses, the economy tanking. I don't see anything different that I saw from what I saw maybe a month ago when I talked about it. It's still the same. It's just about to get worse. So my advice to you is to try to create your own business. And you probably say, how? How can you do that? Easy. There's online businesses that you can create. And you can get plenty of support from it, depending on where you set up your online business, what sector you're in, and who you have connections with. You create your own business. So I had came up with a couple of businesses, and I'll get back to those. But I asked someone who's very familiar with stocks to give me 6 stocks that they would advise people to invest in. And I don't think it changed. It's still Disney, Carnival Cruise, Netflix. I know Netflix and all those extended cable providers are going to do well, because I believe we're going to have a surge of the C-19, and all of us will be on some type of lockdown, and it should be coming soon, because these things normally get worse around election time. And you know, we're what, 3 months away from election, 2 or 3 months away. So just keep an eye out on that. So those are investments. Disney, Carnival Cruise. I question Carnival Cruise because with this C-19, I'm thinking, who's going to travel and be in a large group like that? But just like they opened casinos, they opened amusement parks, and they opened a lot of places where large gatherings around, they will create an environment that they will allow you to think that's safe, so you could still patronize that business, as well as Carnival Cruise. When I say that, Microsoft is hot. Now, Microsoft is hot. Tesla just split it today, and I was supposed to research because I wanted to know what did that mean when this person sent me that Tesla split today. But Tesla stocks is high. Again, if you want to just try something and you have maybe $100 to spare, $50 to $100 to spare, do the stock option. Remember, that's a contract that you could get on Robinhood. You can pick a stock. It'll give you a list of stocks that you could look at. You try to follow that stock trend and see which way it's going. And if you do a stock option and you buy those shares for $25 and the stock is going up, and you hit $150 before your stock option expired, you can pull that money out. So ask somebody to familiarize you with a stock option, because it could be a quick investment. It's not buying a whole stock. I have money in the entire stocks, just stocks. So those you could let, when you buy stocks like that, you allow your money to sit there. And sometimes you'll have up and downs with that stock, but don't let that discourage you. Just keep your money in there, because eventually stocks will come back. But again, we reach volatile points in the stock market and you risk. But most risks are done by people with money. Hey, Smart Show, how are you, baby? So if you have a little change, $100, say, sitting around, go to sign up for Robinhood and learn what an option is. $25 is not going to hurt you. A lot of us spend $25 in junk food a week. Why not invest it? Now, we know other stocks are very expensive, but if you have the money and you think that you want to gamble, try to find you a financial investor and ask them, hey, I have $10,000, $10,000. What stock option or stock in general that you think I should invest in that I will get a good return? Remember, everything is a risk. I'm not saying it's a sure enough thing. It can be a risk, but we risk every day. We take risk. So that's just that. But we need to find out, you need to sit back and think about how can you invest in yourself for the long haul. What can I invest in? What kind of business can I create? What can I do to create my own income? Because a lot of jobs will be lost. So that means a lot of evictions, unfortunately, that will happen. A lot of homes being lost, jobs being lost, vehicles being repossessed. And to be quite honest with you, I don't think a lot of us are prepared if in the case that something like that happens, because unfortunately, um, a lot of people have jobs, not careers. They don't own their own businesses. So it's easy for them to fall into that trap where they will lose. Even with the business now, a small business, you can lose. So I said, well, what kind of advice can I give someone that would probably help them understand in which direction I'm telling them to go? When we stop looking at the stocks, but I believe right now is a good time because stocks are low. Now, remember, you got to be careful because it's a volatile situation in the stock market. However, if you have that little change, go ahead and seek some advice and ask somebody how you do a little option contract. Just a little option contract. A coworker of mine started out with $100, and he brought an option, a stock option, and that stock option end up going up to $1,000. So before his length of contract was over, he didn't cash in. Now he saw it go to 1,000, but sometimes greed can kill you. But he didn't cash it in, so he didn't sell it, trade it, because there's trade and buy options. He didn't trade it, so he ended up walking away with a gain of 600 and something dollars, because by the time his contract was about to expire, he only cashed out 700 and something dollars. So he still made a quick 600 and something dollars. I think he said he started out with $100 and they closed at 770 something dollars. So he made a quick $670 and he left the 100 in there, and then he rolled the 100 over and purchased another stock option. See? So that's quick money. So if you do that and you get lucky and you do that perhaps for a month, 4 weeks, just say, I think they go in months though, or weeks. They don't go like that. But you do that like 5 times 6, you have made $3,000 off of $100 if you are so lucky for your stock option to do well like that. Now, remember, everything is a risk, but that's something that I want some people to look into. If they got $50 to $100 laying around, go ahead and try to do you a stock option on Robinhood. Do it like that. It's not guaranteed. Nothing I'm telling you. I'm not a finance advisor. So I just stumbled over something that works for me, and I've seen it work for my coworkers. So I thought I would tell you about it. But if you don't know about it, always ask about it before you just invest in anything. Long call stocks is different. You could buy a little piece of this stock, a little piece of that stock, and you just let it grow. Again, it either grows or it shrinks. I mean, those are the options, okay? But do that. Now let's talk a little bit about creating your own business. Creating your own business right here on YouTube. Some people create platforms. They become content creator, social media influencers, commentary, commentators, whatever they want to call it. But some people choose just to use their platform in a way of just coming on here talking to people, you know, selling products, doing whatever they do. You know, I do mine for something different, and I'm not going to go into what I do because you already know what my platform is about. But I created it, and then once I created it, I saw the beauty of creating it as a business. So I went and I branched out and I trademarked my name. And then I will begin selling products and use my platform as a business. Now, some choose not to do it as a business. Some choose just to work for Google and get a little income. I chose a different avenue, to each his own. But what I do want to tell you is you can create online stores. Now, in the sector that most of us are in, the sector that we see, you will be a little leery about creating an online store and selling your business within certain sectors. They call them sectors, so we'll say it like that. You'll be a little leery because you see so much negative stuff happen, so you'll be afraid to give someone your Cash App or your Zales or your address because you're afraid that it can have a negative impact on you that can really potentially destroy you. If people get a hold to the wrong information, we know that it can potentially destroy you. So you're a little leery about that. But there's other places other than where we at that we can reach out to. But you can create a store. And I was wondering, how can I create an online store? And so I spoke to my sister a long time ago, and her and I both possess a lot of used clothes and unused clothes. Me, myself, and I have had a bad habit of shopping. And when I shopped, I overshopped, let's say. So I have tons of clothes, name brand purses, shoes that I have never ever worn. Now, most of us fluctuate with our weight. Yeah, I know I did. So some of those things I probably can't even wear now because they are hanging up in my closet and they have tags on them and I've never worn them. This is the God honest truth. 2 years ago, my love bug brought me a Birkin bag, not cheap, and a Movado watch. About 2 years ago. They're still in the bag. I've never even worn the Movado, and nor have I carried the Birkin bag. That's a lot of money because they weren't cheap. And I don't know if people know Birkin, but it wasn't cheap, and a Movado is not cheap. I got the tag on it. I haven't even worn that stuff. But I should have said, hey, love, you might want to take this back. But because I know he wouldn't have taken it back because he thinks I deserve it, I just kept it. The sad thing about it is still in the bag. So things like that, Coach bags, because I love a purse. I really do. But now that I don't go out as much and I don't move in the business rim that I used to move in, where I had to dress up and, so I made sure that I looked nice. But I thought to myself, all that money is just sitting around going to waste. Perhaps I could create an online store. It doesn't take much. Some people are not fortunate to have or to be able to purchase some things that some other people may have. So you could turn that into a business. If you have nice, gently used clothing, purses, shoes, and I don't know about now, but some shoes I have never worn. You can tell I've never worn them. They're still in the box. I tend to take them out the regular box and put them in the plastic shoe box. Things like that, you can create a business with. You could sell that. You could sell those items online. You just make sure that you have in the PO box, and you don't give your information out, that someone can find out where you're located and do some bad things, because we have some really seriously ill people online, and so we have to be careful about that. They're giving out your address, your cash apps and stuff. Good morning, CJ Jones. Make sure you link it to a business, to your business. But you need to, I mean, a lot of us need to learn how to invest. Invest, create your own business. And online store is just one of them. You can do crafts. You could do nice little crafts, masks. You could decorate masks, sew up some masks. James Spillerboy, I think a lot of you guys are familiar. He sells masks and he's doing quite well with them. Just a matter of having a sewing machine, getting you some material, creating you a nice mask, and you could sell masks because they'll be around for a long time. A long time. You can create the scarves that match the mask. It's all type of things you could do while you sitting home in this C19, if you're sitting home or if you have spare time. I know a lot of us spend time on YouTube. Take some of that time, get away from YouTube, and create you. Good morning, beautiful Monty. Create you an income. Yes, residual and passive income. That's the correct terms. Thank you, Regina. You have to do something. Some of us cook. Dehydrate you some type of, get you a dehydrator, dehydrate you a nice jerky or something like that. Do something different. Jar your own salsa up, sauces, do something, and just put your business out there and put your heart behind it and create your own business. It's time that we get started investing in ourselves. I know it sounds redundant sometimes when people say invest in yourself, but you have to. You have to create your business. Now, I watched my youngest son, and my youngest son is my problem child. You have some problem children. I love him dearly, but he's a mama's boy, and I seem to spoil him quite a bit. And sometimes when you spoiled your children, they don't always turn out the way you want them to be independent wise. My son is good, never been in trouble, but independent wise. So he was going with my older son on, my grandson plays football. He started going along with my oldest son, who has a business of his own, a marketing and branding business. And he started following my oldest son to the games. And then he took his camera, a little old camera he brought, and he took that camera and started taking pictures of them, of the players. And then he started vlogging. And then people start seeing him vlogging. You always want your children to be seen. So he started vlogging these kids. And so they start telling their other friends, hey, watch this. This is me. And he got right up close and personal with those babies. And they wanted to be stars in their own eyes, become stars. So he started vlogging them. He created a business that he didn't even know. But I said that to say this. So he's playing around with this vlogging, and we conversing on how he could turn this, how can you make money with this? And he was like, oh, mom, I just like going out there. They love me. They love me. But actually, he didn't know someone was watching him. This is the funny thing. He didn't know that a coach was watching him. And the coach was also following along with his vlogging. He didn't know that. And the coach liked what he saw. He liked what he seen, right? He liked what he saw. So somehow they end up together And praise God, you know, nothing is by chance. I tell you that nothing is by chance, and you never know who's watching you. It's important that you conduct yourself in a professional manner sometime at all times, even when you being loose having fun. You just never know who's watching you, who's watching your social media. So he goes to get his hair cut, and in the midst of him getting his hair cut, he run into this gentleman. And this gentleman tells him, "You look familiar." He said, "Oh, I look familiar?" He said, "Yeah, are you the little guy or the gentleman, whatever, that's shooting the videos of the high school kids?" He said, "Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah." He said, "I'll be out there." He just blew it off. He said, "Oh, yeah, 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 I'll be out there." Come to find out, the guy said, "I follow you on Instagram." I said, "Wow." He said, "I follow you on Instagram. I like your business." I was like, "Wow." He said, "I follow you." Now, I said that to say this. That's why it's so important that we watch what we put on social media. I mean, all of us grown, we could do what we want. But I told my son to be very careful on how he conducts himself on social media, because you never know who's watching. You never know what potentials you have that can be destroyed by you acting a plumb fool on social media, because you know he's young. So young people like to play certain music and do certain things, and they have to be very careful. So the gentleman said, "I want you." He said, "I want you. I've seen you vlogging my boys." This guy happened to be a college coach, a number one college coach in our area. He said, "I want to contact you. I want you to vlog my players. I want to get you a contract vlogging my players. I'll talk to you. I'm going to speak with some other people in reference to contracting you to video our boys and vlog their channels and vlog for them." That is something sometime you don't expect. That was something he never expected, that he was out there doing it for fun under his brother. And his brother has a nice sized business. He was just doing it under his brother, and now he turned it into a business. He's creating his own business. It's important that we try to create our own businesses. Everyone is not a worker or an employee. Some of us want to own the business, want to work for ourselves. And I never saw that in him because I didn't think he was mature enough. But when God has something for you, it's for you. Nothing happens by accident. That man had been watching him, and now he wants to do business with him. And that's a beautiful thing. I pray for his success. So you never know. Create your own business. That's bringing it back to just creating your own business. He did a little vlog out there playing, and now it has become a business for him. He's creating his business, signing big contracts. Praise God for him. So it could be done with any of us. We don't know what we're doing that people are looking at. We don't know what we are doing that could potentially turn into a big $1 million business. Everyone has a craft. Everyone has a gift. Everyone is creative. You just have to sharpen those skills. So if you not thinking about it, start thinking about creating you a business so you could sustain. Okay. So I wanted to talk about that because I think it's so important. The distractions are real in the real world and on these YouTube streets. And we have to look past the distractions and see how it's affecting our lives. Are we doing the best we could do for ourselves and our families, for growth, just for growth? So there's always opportunity out there. You just have to look for it. And no, everyone is not a boss. Everyone can't create a business, but everyone has a craft that they can do, or some type of skill that they can use to make the money. Believe it or not, you just have to find your niche. So try to create you an online business. If you're not doing anything, you could make you some masks, make you some jewelry, you know, sell you some gently used clothes. Some people will be needing that. Their incomes are going to be affected and things are going to be a little different. They won't have that much money. So try to, if you have any unused clothes or gently used clothes, go and try to find a place that you could sell your clothes at, or create you a little online business, a little consignment shop as well. You can do it. You can do whatever you want to do. But I know this video wasn't going to be long. I just said I was going to come back and do my morning coffee chats to connect with my people who was here in the morning. So I decided to talk about investments because that's where I had left off, I think, a couple of weeks ago about the stock market. If you have any questions about stocks, try to find you someone who's very familiar with stock and stock options, and see if you can't put you a little change and take a little risk. Save your money. Try to save as much as you can save. We're going to need it. Now, I'm going to hit on credit and then I'm going to let it go. Now, credit is a little something that a lot of people get in a jam with. Credit, having good credit. Credit is very important. Very, very important. It's going to become more important with the direction of the economy and the world going in. The direction we're going in is almost going to be mandated that you have good credit. So if your credit is suffering in any kind of way, try to clean up your credit. Yeah, you want a good credit score because you want to have that buying power. Now, anyone will sell you a car, right? But they'll sell you a car at a much higher interest rate if you don't have good credit. Anyone will sell you a house. Well, not anyone, but sure, you could buy a house with a low 650 credit score or something like that. That's a real mediocre score, but they'll take it. They'll take it in the high five sometimes just to sell you. But there's always something attached to that high interest rate. So be very careful. But you want to try to clean up your credit. If you don't have good credit, I'm not asking you about it. I don't care about it. This is just a part of my financial morning coffee chat. If you don't have good credit, try to clean up your credit. You don't need a company to help you clean up your credit. The same thing they're doing, you can do. Trust and believe me. The same letters and forms they are using to help you clean your credit, you can do it. Please touch on freezing your credit. I will. Thank you, baby. So the same thing they're doing, you could do. You don't have to pay people thousands, hundreds, or thousands of dollars to fix your credit. Fix your credit on yourself. And I'll go into that maybe on another session. You can fix your own credit. When you pay people to fix your credit, you have to be careful. They may be just fixing your credit for a limited amount of time when you can fix your credit for the duration. Some people say F credit. I don't need no damn credit. F credit, my credit effed up, and they leave it at that. No, 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 no. You're going to need it more than ever now. Every department store now has a chip, the credit card. If you have a credit card, it has a chip with a Visa or MasterCard logo. There's a reason for that. You're going to need a credit card. We are turning into a cashless society. Don't let it slip through your thought pattern that we're turning into a cashless society. That's why they're telling you they have shortage on coins, because cash will disappear in a couple of more years, and you'll need that credit. Now, let me tell you the first step to fixing your credit, and this is from experience. Nope, I'm not a credit repair guru or nothing like that. I'm telling you from experience. You are entitled to one free credit report per year. It's called annual free credit report per year. Take advantage of that. Download your credit. Go in there, request from all three bureaus, TransUnion, Equifax, and Expedient. Request all three. You are entitled per year to request 3 free credit reports. Pull that credit report. You won't get your score. You have to pay for your score. But don't worry about that right now. Let's work with this. Pull your credit report. Look on your credit report. Look at the negative credit. We go deal with the negative credit first. Look at the negative credit reportings and see if your accounts are delinquent. And you know your business. I'm just telling you this. Delinquent, account closed, turned over to collection, or whatever. Gather all that information and start repairing it from there. If it's a delinquent account and you pay it, remember this, if it's a delinquent account and you pay it, it's still going to show up on your credit for 7 years, I believe. Now, there's a way to get it off of your credit. If someone is asking you to make a settlement, reach out to reach out to the companies that you know you can pay. Offer a settlement. And if they agree to take that settlement, hold on, you guys, because I'm waiting for some people. Okay. If they agree to take that settlement, make sure that you get in writing. If you agree, if your bill is $600 and they say, well, we'll settle for $250, make sure you get it in writing. And when you get it in writing, when you make the agreement to pay them the $250, this is hypothetical figures, and you make an agreement, tell them to send you a confirmation of the agreement that you're making, and then ask them, will they take it off of your credit report? Sometime they will. You work your way down. You get that one taken care of. Go to the next one. Do the same thing. And try to pay off that and ask them, request that they take it off your credit history. Because if you're going to pay someone to repair your credit, they're doing the same thing that I'm telling you to do. But there are forms that you could get offline. There's forms you can get online. Excuse me. I get excited when I talk about this because I know people pay people for credit repair and they don't realize that's just for a short period of time. Good morning, Donna Hughes and Miss Goody Two Shoes. It's for a short period of time for them to purchase a home or purchase a car or to purchase a big ticket item. But after that, what happens? In a couple of days or months later, you'll see all those things come back on your credit. So it's best that you repair them yourself. Good morning, Mr. Mike, my love. So pull your annual credit report from all three bureaus. look over it, see what you could pay. What's delinquent and you can pay. Try to set up an agreement, a settlement value, and try to pay that. But in return, make sure you ask them to send you some type of documentation saying once you pay this, that they're going to remove it off your credit report. Sometime they will, and sometime they won't. That's one way. If the account, and this is something that I want you to listen very closely to, and I believe I'm right about it. And if not, then you go research yourself. If you made a contract, listen, if you made a contract with Joe Blow, and you and Joe Blow contract was you rented a house, just let's say you rented a house, right? And Joe Blow, somehow you had to move. You lose your job, you have to move, and now you have to move out of the house, and it goes on your credit because you didn't pay the bill, right? It goes on your credit. Joe Blow goes out of business, or what Joe Blow does is after you did not pay him for a couple of months, he sold, remember what I'm saying, he sold your debt to a collection agency. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. He sold your debt to a collection agency. He can't do that because the contractual agreement wasn't with you, Joe Blow, and the third party. See, I don't think people know that. I challenged that. I challenged that one time. I heard it and I said, dang, I don't think that's true. It is. So if the agreement between you and Joe Blow, and you don't pay Joe Blow, and he sells it to a collection company, there's a loophole in there somewhere, somehow, that because you didn't make the contractual agreement with that third party, they can't collect on Joe Blow's behalf. Because the contractual agreement wasn't with you and them, it was you and Joe Blow. Joe Blow need to get his money on his own. So you guys research that and make sure I'm telling you the right thing. If I didn't make a contract with you, I don't owe Joe Blow a damn thing. I didn't sign no contract with him. But they could collect on his behalf because they become collection companies and your debt is sold to them. You didn't make no contractual agreement with them. How can you owe them? A lot of people don't know that. Don't pay them anything because you don't owe them anything. So they keep coming after you and coming after you, right? Somebody said you correct. See, I mastered that credit thing, baby. You only have to make one mistake and then you learn how to master it. They keep coming after you. They keep coming after you. What you do is take and on your credit report, you do a complaint. You could do a complaint and you can do it. Damn, it would slip my mind right while I'm trying to tell y'all. You could do a complaint and you could do and they'll remove it off your credit. They'll remove it off your credit. I can't think of right now, but I'll get the answer for you. You could do that and you could write them and they'll remove it off your credit. If you write them once, they only have 30 days to answer you. If they don't, if that creditor or whoever you had that debt with does not answer them within 30 days, they have to take it off your credit report. Okay? Okay? So Andre is giving us information. They have to take it off of your credit report. Don't let nobody dispute. Thank you, Queen Diva. You can file a dispute and they only have 30 days to answer that dispute. And if not, they have to drop it off your credit report. Okay. So that was a tip today I gave you. Follow through. Get your 3 annual credit reports for free. Don't worry about your credit score and go through it. Ah, looky here, looky here. Looky here. I'm willing to give out the form letters. Okay. I was about to say, you can go right online and get the forms. Do your own credit repair. Don't pay anyone. Now, this is something that I also stress when I try to give a little financial advice to family member and friends. Um, when you're trying to pay your bills, right? And you try to increase your credit score and you have a budget. Now, we know that credit cards, any credit normally incur interest rates, and some of them are extremely high. So if you have a budget and you're trying to pay off your debt within your rim of your budget, tackle the lowest bill you have first. Tackle the lowest bill you have first. Pay that bill down. Pay on it until it's paid. Take that money, go to the next bill. Go to the next. Pay that, get it down, pay it off, and move to the next. Do it as you see fit. You know, if you can always pay more than what they're asking for the minimal payment on a credit card or any type of line of credit, you want to make sure you have at least one credit card, you guys, just one in case of an emergency. You don't have to use it. Here's my problem. Here's my problem. And pay attention because I'm going to tie it back into having credit card. My problem is that I have lots of credit cards. I have several credit cards, but here's the beauty of it. I don't have limits on them. I don't have any balance on them. But here's the deal. If you don't use them, they just closed one of my cards, and I'm going to come back to it. The reason why I'm telling you this, they just closed one of my accounts. If you don't have a balance on them and you don't use them within a certain amount of time, they close them. That looks just as bad on your credit report than you closing them. A closeout is a closeout. Your history and your credit report and your score is done by history. So if you have a card that you don't use, just try to use it. Put $25 or $30 on it or $100. Okay, baby. You have a good day too, Miss Monty. Thanks for joining me, beautiful. That's my virtual daughter. If you have a credit card or something like that, just utilize a small portion. Stay under your utilization rate and use it so they won't close it, so it won't go on your credit report as a closed account. But you need credit. You need credit. You do. You're going to need it more now than ever because we're going to a cashless society. We have to be smart, you guys. We have to start paying attention to what's going on around us because it will affect all of our lives, but maybe the impact won't be as bad if we just educate ourselves. Good morning, Treasure Cash. So Miss Pink Sugar said you can email her. She has the forms. So credit repair, start working on that because you'll need your credit. Thank you so much to Pink Sugar. She's going to get you the forms. The same thing they do, you could do. If you living in a budget and you about to get stressed out with these credit cards or whatever, just make sure you pay them off the best way you know how. Tackle the low ones first, put all the money towards there, paying minimum on the other ones, and then continue to do it until they paid off. We're going to need credit, you guys, and we're going to need good credit. You could walk in the store, they could sell you a car. You could have a credit score of 550. They'll sell you a car with a 24% interest rate. That same car that you buy, I can buy with a 750 score at a 3% or 0% interest rate because my credit speaks for itself. And I'm just saying hypothetically, not me. I'm just telling you comparisons before people run with it. But the 750 will get you way better credit interest rate than the 600 or the 5. Yes, they can sell you a car, but you'll have to go to some of these bootleg car lots, and they'll give you a hell of an interest rate. And then if you miss a payment, they'll go ahead and lock your car where you can't drive it and repossess it. So you got to be careful. You want to build credit. You want to have good credit. It's a must. I know some people don't think so, but I'm telling you, I'm begging you to have good credit, to try to increase your credit score. Utilize your 3 free credit reports. Go down there, see what's negative, see what's paid, see what's in good standing, and try to contact people to make it negotiate some type of payment. Now, here's another tip. Here's another tip. Whether you pay some people off or not, it's going to stay on your credit. Yeah. If they closed your account and they wrote it off, don't pay them anything. If it's already wrote off, that means in their business at the end of the year, they wrote it off. Don't pay them anything. They already wrote your debt off. But for other debt, try to pay them. Let me take a look at some of these. Good morning, Miss Goody Two Shoes. I joined you yesterday. I don't know if you saw me, but I spoke several times, sweetheart. But I don't know you was having that in-depth conversation with a gentleman in reference to that. So Andrea says, for credit dispute letters, pinksugar@gmail. She's going to help you. So if you in the skybox, or if you in engagement, if you see the video later, if you want a little help, we have Pink Sugar offering her help to give you the forms. These forms you could get online. Start repaying your credit. I'm telling you, it's some sugar honey iced tea that's about to hit us. I know for a fact half of my people not prepared. Half of my community is probably not prepared, or over half of my community. So I thought, let me just come on here and talk a little bit about it. YouTube has an excellent video who create up-to-date information on credit repair and investments and finance. Yeah, YouTube it. I'm just giving you, planting a seed on some things you could think about. Investing in stocks and options, stock options, creating your own online business, clean up your closets, clean up your house, clean some of the things that you have that's gently used, start an online business, create jewelry, create masks, sell your shoes, nice purses. People like to carry nice things, do that. To increase your credit score, oh wait, someone said, yes, car dealers will give you a car quick just to take it back. Exactly. Is a scam, you guys, is a scam. And sometimes we become so desperate to have things, we don't really vet the company or the situation thoroughly because we just have a desire to want something. But by increasing your credit score, you do well on purchasing any items or getting a job. Believe it or not, most places look at your credit score now when wanting to hire you. See? And they look at your social media. So watch what you put on social media, because you could spend thousands of dollars going to school, and if you're on social media smoking weed and drinking and cussing and hooping and hollering, that potential employer might just look at your social history. They may even ask you to remove your social media. Yeah, they can do that as well. Depends on what type of job you're getting. Corporate America, or you just getting a job. There's a difference between job, careers, and profession. Those are sometimes 3 different things. Okay, tips to increase your credit score. Pay before, exactly. That's another one. Pay before the billing cycle. Pay. Pay ahead of time. Try not to get late fees. Use your utilization, which is should be 20%. If I'm not mistaken, correct me, 20% of your credit limit. Utilize that. Stay under your utilization. You have to. Okay, I keep thinking I'm hearing somebody. I'm waiting for some. Yeah, stay under your utilization, because once you rise above your utilization, that tanks your credit score. Well, that pulls your credit score down. And a lot of hard inquiries will pull your credit scores down. So if you just starting out with a little credit and you want to get your feet wet with credit, just try to go into a department store or a little store and get you a little credit card with maybe a limit of 300 or 500 on it, depending on your credit score, your limit, and just charge something on there, pay a little bit of it, let them maybe perhaps get a little interest, and then try to build up credit history. Then they will contact you for an increase. Okay. Sometimes it starts out with a $300 limit, then it turns into 1,000. Then it turns in thousands to thousands, depending on how good your credit is and especially your income. So make sure you do that. Try to create your own online business, your own invest. I'm trying to wrap this up now. I don't want to go too long. Invest. Try to work on your credit. We have a lot of information in here. We had certain people to help us out. Andrea dropped information. Here's an online place that you could check out, I think, in reference to credit repair. Don't pay people to repair your credit. Repair your own credit. Because when they do that little scam and repair your credit to buy a house, buy a car, or whatever, a big ticket item, eventually that stuff comes back on your credit. Know your credit laws. If you didn't create a contract with the third party Joe Blow, he don't get a damn dime. He can't collect on you. Know your credit laws. If you can't afford to stay in your house or your apartment, and I just want to do the apartment thing because I know evictions are coming up for some people, unfortunately. Freezing your credit, Regina. Regina, what do you want? What do you want me to talk about freezing your credit, sweetheart? You did ask me to discuss that. Okay. Regina, what do you want me to talk about, my love? Let me bring it up. Freezing your credit. You want to talk about identity theft, sweetheart, when you asked me to talk about freezing your credit? You want to talk about in reference to identity theft? She wants to talk about it. But let me wrap this up, Regina, and I get to it. Yeah, it's good too if you lose a card or something to freeze your credit, or just freeze your credit in general, and it won't impact you as much as I want to make sure this is what Regina talked about when she asked me to do freezing your credit. Regina, maybe you can elaborate on that, sweetheart, because I don't know what you want me to talk about. Check out credit unions. Their interest rates are incredible. They also have repo lots. My children's cars, and one of my cars is from the repo lot, 2.7. And you know why credit unions are better at rates than bank? Because the people own the credit union. We are shareholders. So yeah, try to get a hold to a credit union. They have better interest rates on credit cards and finance and stuff, because you own it. That's what they call a share. That means we own the credit union. Board members own the bank. But if people who open accounts at the credit union, they call it shares. That means we own the credit union. So they give you better rates and they take a better chance on you. Andre, another amazing content creator, Organized Money, HHT. Try to go out there, you guys, and grab some resources in reference to credit, investment, stock and options, stock options, investment, and creating online businesses. You guys, I got to wrap it up. It's been an hour, but it's been, Regina, I tell you what, I will research freezing your credit. And if you tell me exactly what you want me to talk about, I'll come back with tomorrow's coffee chat and we'll pick credit back up and freezing your credit, baby. Just put it down here. Okay. Identity theft. Okay. Okay, thank you. That's just what she's talking about. She's talking about the Equifax breach, how they put out a protection plan to protect people. I'll jump on it right now. To protect people who information has got, who information was breached. They have a protection plan out there for you all. But freezing your credit, whenever you think you lost a credit card or something, freeze your credit. You could use freezing your credit too to protect identity theft. There's certain things you could do. But Regina, because I'm not that professed on that, you know, and I'm not that, I can't expound on it too much, but I'll research it and we could join back tomorrow and talk a little bit about it. But there is ways that you can freeze your credit for identity theft. And she's saying your credit will not decrease or increase for a certain amount of time. Remember the Equifax breach? I do remember that. And I remember that they put out a protection plan for those people as well. So the Organized Money offers free Zoom classes every Monday that you can sign up for and ask questions. Cool. Andrea just put some resources in there so we can look at the Organized Money. We could go to a free Zoom class and learn about it. The only reason why I'm telling you guys is because I already know. See, these distractions are not distracting me from my real life. See, how I'm going to maintain after all this chaos goes away or in the midst of it all. How am I maintaining? And one thing I think about is my real livelihood versus this virtual world livelihood. So in real life, some stuff is about to come down the pike and we just need to be prepared. Please list any topics, ideas you would like to discuss in the comments below the video after the live stream ends. Your input is valuable. Thank you so much, producer. You and my gemologist, you guys are great. You are a great asset to me. I appreciate you all so much. You know, words can't really describe, you know, how much I appreciate you guys. You help my channel. You always hear from me. Producer, you do an awesome job. I wouldn't trade you in for the world, sweetheart. Thank you so much. Regina has another comment here. By the way, Equifax never paid out. Not sure on the protection credit option. Doubt it that it was really ever done. Well, they were supposed to have the protective something that they put in place, the protection credit option, where they will give you free credit reports. It monitor your credit. It sure wasn't life links, but it was some type of program they were supposed to put in place. I don't think, from my knowledge, that I was included in the breach, but I'm sure I was, but don't have knowledge of it. And it hasn't affected my credit. Okay, so I don't know about that. You guys, if you haven't, please make sure you subscribe to my other channel. I know I keep saying it, it's just a lot of work, you guys. I will be going over to that channel. I will continue my morning coffee chats. Sometime you have to go back to your roots, and my roots were my morning coffee chats, and I enjoyed them. And so I'll be back tomorrow. I'm going to look at the freezing credit. Today I'll look about the freezing credit. We'll pick up on that, and we'll pick up about more options. I will research stock options that you could buy. Remember, it doesn't take a lot of money, but yes, it's a gamble. But so is walking outside, getting in your car, a risk and a gamble. I just want us to be money wise. It's important now more than ever that we be money wise. They are about to strip us of a lot of things, and they have created all of these distractions. So we didn't realize that Steve Bannon just got picked up for fraud. We didn't realize Ellen DeGeneres and all those people are tied into something. We didn't realize that a lot of the Republicans and Democrats just got busted for sex trafficking, child pornography, child pedophilia. See, we don't pay attention to that because most people say they don't give a damn, it don't affect me. It ain't me. I don't know those people. Yeah, those are the people that's making the decisions for us right now while we sit on here and do other things. Those are the people that we don't see, that we say we don't care about. Those are the people that's making decisions for our lives right now as we sit on here and do other things. See, the distraction is always real, you guys. Don't be fooled. The, the distractions are real and they're purposed. So that's on you, how you going to conduct your lives, how you going to spend your time. I'm just here to tell you the distractions are real. It's important that we get our business in order. Okay? Thank you for the opportunity to serve, Mz.Teavalocity. Oh, you are quite a gem to me, baby. You'll be forever etched in my heart for the work that you do. People don't know behind the scenes to help my channel stay afloat. I'm sorry, Pink Sugar. I hit the wrong button. Can you try again about your channel? Oh, Pink Sugar. There's Pink Sugar channel, you guys. Miss Goody Two Shoes, no problem, baby. Thank you. Yeah, we need to get in order. Hey, I really like your platform too. I was in there. I really enjoyed that. But because I felt as though I wasn't seen and I was trying to engage, I left, sweetheart. That's why. But keep that up. I like that. That dialogue you had with that gentleman in reference to Cardi B and stuff, I like that. I'll join you again, Miss Goody Two Shoes. I didn't know you was the same as Miss Juicy Reviews. Am I correct? I didn't know you were the same people. That's the delusion because of our government impacts all of us. Yeah, but see, Regina, people aren't paying attention to that because we don't really invest into the right thing to become knowledgeable about what's really going on. Our investment of some things are the wrong investments. We need to really stay focused. They are about to pull a number on us that we're not even ready for, to be honest. Oh, no problem, sweetheart. No problem, Pink. I'm good, baby. I'm good. I mean, not Pink, Miss Goody Two Shoes. They're about to pull a number on us. And I know by observation that a lot of people aren't ready. So this was just a little video this morning to help you get ready. Now, I gave you the information. I planted the seed. You grow it the way you want to grow it. I was just here to plant the seed. Thank you, Lord. I just wanted to plant the seed with you. But with that being said, we are into an hour. I can talk all day about finances, disruptions, division, sowing division and discourse, delusion, chaos, created chaos, purpose, chaos, distractions, because all that stuff is real. We have to also follow the Federal Reserve interest rate. Gotta stay abreast of that stuff. Some people don't even know what that is. That's over there. But follow the Federal Reserve interest rates. Yes, ma'am. Juicy Talk Radio. I thought that was you, sweetheart. I was there. That's okay. Check out Miss Goody Two Shoes channel. Yeah, I think, you know what, Miss Goody Two Shoes, I wanted to get in that conversation so bad because my thought was, it was different, but it was on the line of your thought, the gentleman's thought, I believe. But I'll catch you next time. Okay. You guys, it's been a pleasure. I enjoy talking to you. I have a long day today and I have to go to work. Yeah, work, 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 work. I have to. I have to. Let me make sure I didn't miss anyone. Thank you, Queen Diva, for being the awesome gemologist mod that you are. You are greatly appreciated. I appreciate everyone's support. I did a Mz.Teavalocity uh Mz.Teavalocity game show. We didn't have a lot of participating, but I had a ball, you guys. I had a ball. It's a grocery store grocery game I made up. So I won't do it next week, but I'll do the following week. You guys make sure you join me for that grocery Mz.Teavalocity's grocery game. I had a ball doing it, and I think people that engaged and that was there with me, they enjoyed it as well. Regina M, this is a message to you. At Regina M, just check to see if you had a channel. Girl, put some of that knowledge to work. You always have good comments. Absolutely. You know, Andrea, most people are afraid to become content creators, and I see why. It's pretty rough, and it takes you a while to get out of this sector or do something different. So some people are afraid to become, they're very knowledgeable. They can have one dynamic platform because they are so knowledgeable and smart, but people are afraid to be content creators. But that's the difference. Some people are just YouTubers, and some people are content creators. We got to know the difference. Economics equal economists. Please educate yourself. Exactly. I want us to win. And I know we're not prepared. I just know a lot of us are not prepared. I'm still preparing myself with all the knowledge I have. I'm learning every day. Like I said, I'm thinking about creating an online store because I have all this stuff, and never will I ever come on here to brag about what I have and what I don't. But I do. I have some nice stuff, some nice items that my love purchased for me, jewelry and all that stuff. And I purchased for myself, and my children purchased for me, my family. I do. And I feel so bad. And I want to tell them to just stop buying me stuff because I'm not in that rim of the world anymore. I'm not in that workspace that I used to be in. I don't go out. I don't do what I used to do when I used to be fancy, dancy. Right now I'm just mellow. I wear scrubs to work every day. My relaxing jeans or something like that, or just little dress, nothing fancy. So I have all these things with tags on them that I need to get rid of. So I'm going to put this stuff together and create me an online store. Right? So with that being said, at Andre, I tried to inform Regina, please stay engaged because you are so informational. I love it. You engage, you give us all these gems that we could use, and that's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. And there's so many people on here that's just so smart. I really like when they engage because they help me out. I don't profess to be an economist. I'm not an investor. I'm, a stockbroker. I'm an investor. I'm an investor, but I'm not a stockbroker. I don't teach economics. I'm not a credit repair. Nothing. I'm telling you stuff from experience that I have, things that I have experienced and how they have worked well for me. Yeah, they worked well for me. Okay. Even if you hit a rough spot, you can come back. You can come back from a rough spot. You just need to know how. Everything I would like to chat with you if possible. If you are agreeable, please reach at me. Okay, that's Andrea. If for any ideas or topics you'd like for us to discuss, we're going to do a part 2 on this. I started, so it'll be a part 3 really on this. Hey, Brixton, babe, how are you, lovely? We're going to do that and continue on so we could try to educate our community on finances. Come on now, you guys. We got to do better with our money. Materialistic things aren't everything. I looked back at some articles on rich. Remember, I said, is a difference between being rich. There's a difference between rich and wealthy. And if I had to have a choice, I would be wealthy and not rich. I don't want to be rich, but if I had a choice, I would be wealthy. Wealth is generational. You'll never go broke. Rich, you go broke. Prime example for rich versus wealth. The Rothschilds, the Vanderbilts, and who is many. They are wealthy. They'll never be broke, and their wealth is generational, and they hand that down. So, but rich people, athlete and celebrities, they go broke. Rich people go broke. A lot of rich people, just from observation, from reading, a lot of rich people invest in materialistic things the wrong way. Most athletes that have gone broke or celebrities that have gone broke, they have invested all their money into materialistic things in reference to cars, clothes, houses. But here's the deal. They don't buy the house. They lease the house. They don't buy the cars. They lease the cars. Why not? They don't invest in the right thing. They don't pay their taxes because they don't have the right lawyer, the right legal team or tax people. And so they get stuck with tax evasion. They get stuck with not paying their taxes, right? Well, tax evasion. They get stuck with these large tax bills. And when they can't pay them, then they ask to sell their material things. They don't have the right financial guidance. That's what I'm trying to say. They don't have the right financial guidance and they get caught up. And then the things that they do own are repossessed. The big ticket items that they do own, the bank comes after, because they don't do the right thing. They don't have the proper legal team, looking over their finances to make sure they don't fall in those death traps, tax death traps that they fall into. But a lot of athletes and celebrities have gone wrong because what did they invest in? Big chains, big 10 cars, not 1 or 2 cars. You only could drive 1 car, but it's okay. You can have 2 or 3. And then you lease all the other cars, and then they take them back. When you can't complete the lease, you have to sell all those materialistic things, all the jewelry you have to sell, the houses that you buy, the $1 million mansion, the millions of dollar mansion, when you could just have a comfortable home, a comfortable home. You invest in stuff like that. And when you go broke because you didn't invest wisely, you have to sell those things or they come and repossess those things. Yeah, they repossess them because you don't own them. Now, I spoke to my daughter and another family member of mine, and they were talking about buying a new car. And so my thing is, if your car is not broken, why why you want a new car? But they had the desire to buy a new car. And this is what I told them. And this is just me, another tip. If you have a paid for vehicle, keep your paid for vehicle. Do not trade it in. Again, if you have a paid for vehicle and you have a desire, you just want a new Hummer, so you just got that paid for Toyota sitting around, keep your paid for Toyota, because in any given day, something could happen. Oh, something could happen. And if you can't pay for that 2020 Hummer that you got sitting out there, they're going to come take it. They're going to repossess it. Not only are they going to repossess it, they're going to put it on your credit. Then you're going to have problems with your credit. So that's a downhill slope for you. That's a downhill slope for you. So if you want to buy a car and you have a paid for vehicle and you don't want to go out and buy a vehicle cash, keep your paid for vehicle and just go out and buy you another car or lease you a car. But don't give up your paid for vehicle. So they could come take that new car and I still have my little Betsy to drive. That's how I look at it. Got to be wise. Got to be money wise. So in the event something happened, God forbid we lose a job or something like that, and they come and repossess your vehicle, that little Betsy that you have sitting on the side that you just wanted to get rid of, she's still there and she still runs and you could still use her. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I have to say about purchasing cars. Keep your little Betsy. Hey, Rebel, look at all my gemologists. Ben Stinker, everyone is coming in. Good morning, ladies. I love these ladies. Thanks for joining me, Really BTV. Really BTV, craft season is here. We got to get it, babe. We got to get it. But so we was talking about being money wise this morning. Yeah, I do. Here's another tip. Okay, we was talking about money wise investments. They're sneaking something in on us and we have to be prepared. And so I advise people to make sure that you have a credit card with a limit. Build your credit. Make sure you try to build your credit. Become part of a credit union, like Andrea just brought to my attention. Because when you become part of a credit union, you are part owner of that credit union. When you become part of a bank, the board and investors own that bank. The credit union is easier to give you a loan at a better interest rate than the banks are. So try to get into a credit union. Okay? Try to do that. But make sure you in the process now, if you don't have good credit, fixing your credit up. Try to fix your credit up. Just don't say, oh, hell, I ain't got good credit, so who cares? See, that's what they want you to do, not care, because they know they're going to they're going to pull out the big guns, and you're not going to be able to move without credit. Cashless society. That means they're going to either do the Cash App, the Zells, the Bitcoin, something like that, credit cards. That's what cashless society is. You won't be able to go in there and give them a $5 bill. They're going to want it on plastic. They've been setting us up for this for years now. Okay? So we want to do that. So this morning I dedicated my time to talk about investments, creating your own business online, offline, credit building. And we will pick up part 3 next week. Did I say next week? Oh, sorry. My bad. Maybe tomorrow. Because we want to talk about credit freeze, which Regina brought to my attention in reference to identity theft and credit free. So we'll pick it up tomorrow. And then I was going to research a little more about options, because I told you options are contractual. Stock options are contractual. And yes, they are a risk and you can lose, but you can win also if you pay close attention to the stock option that you're buying and for your contractual time. If you pay attention to that, you could win. You can win. So I want to try to research a little more about that today to bring you some more information on that tomorrow. Yeah. And credit. We had Pink Sugar who told you that she could get the forms for the credit. Got you. Pink Sugar told you that she could get you the forms if you're trying to rebuild your credit. Don't pay those credit card companies. That's a scam, because they only build your credit for a short period of time, and then that stuff will come back on your credit. I don't know if anyone have experienced that before, but that's what happens. So you could clean up your own credit on your own. And Pink Sugar has the forms, and Andrea had dropped Pink Sugar's address so you could contact her to get the forms. Okay. So with that being said, you guys, I've been on here for 1 hour and 30 minutes. I have an appointment to get ready for. I have enjoyed the engagement here. I think this was a much needed topic. So I hope I didn't miss nothing. Thank you all for joining me. And make sure you please do this. Subscribe to my other channel. Thank you. Thank you. I'm back. So let's see, before I wrap it up, I'm gonna get ready to play. I have a run around town car. Yeah, I have a car, and that's what I'm waiting for them to bring. I have a car that I have sitting on the side. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I know at one point, if you keep putting money into a car, you probably should get rid of it. But I just love my little blue goose. I do. Is there income money in your name? There's an easy way to find out. Oh, Benj, really? You know what I heard, Benj? I heard actually they were doing that to lure people in that they were looking for. I don't know, Benj. I just heard this. Somebody told me that they had went to that site to see if they had any unclaimed money, and shortly after that, they got locked up. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that's it. Maybe you know something different, but I swear I did have a friend tell me that don't go looking for unclaimed money if you have, excuse me, a arrest warrant or something like that. I don't know. Mz.Teavalocity, could the mods please drop the links to Robinhood for those that may be interested? Absolutely. Do I have any mods on here who have the link to Robinhood? I do. Benj, you have the link to Robinhood, and you have the link to that other investment company you was telling us about. Benj has it. I'm gonna give her a minute to drop it. Robinhood is so easy, you guys. $100, $50. No, Benj, not Credit Karma, baby. Remember when last week, a couple of weeks ago, you dropped the link into the chat for Robinhood, but you also had another company. I should have wrote that down. You use Robinhood? Do you have the link to it, really, BTV? Oh yeah, Andre. Somebody will give Benjamin, and she dropped it in another company. So hold on. You know I'm not good about that dropping links. So please forgive me. Oh, you Robin Hood every payday. Yeah, Robin Hood is good. Maybe really be one day you could come up and join me and we could talk about Robin Hood, the stock option. I'm waiting for. Okay, here it is. Here it is. There you go. That's for that. Okay, Webull, right? Okay, and here's the stock too. Okay, that's Webull. Webull is another company, just like Robinhood. So we'll leave Webull on there. You could grab that link right there that Bench had, and then Andrea just put in Robinhood. I like Robinhood. So those are two links. Remember, you guys, you only need $25 really to start. It's not a lot. It's the same money you go spend to eat out or to do whatever with. Maybe perhaps this time you can invest it. Okay, so Redbone telling you to look up. Andrea, here's Robinhood. Thank you, Maj. You are the best. I told you my gym models just are the best. So we tomorrow I'll come back with morning coffee chat. I'm not sure. Whatever the Lord lays on my heart to talk about, we'll talk about. But I am going to come back tomorrow morning. I don't know. I really don't know what you're talking about. I don't. Okay, I'm gonna get ready. So I shall see you two guys tomorrow. I'm going to play my music. Thank you all for coming, and I shall see you later. And with that being said, if you see your king's crown crooked, help him straighten it up. If you see your queen's crown crooked, help her straighten it up. Speak life and wisdom into your princes and princesses. They are our joint heirs, our future. We have to invest in them and make sure, as always, be a blessing and not a bother. It doesn't take much to bless someone. A simple hello. Can I buy that cup of coffee for you? I'll hold the door. Can I grab those groceries for you? You look beautiful today, sunshine. I like your hair. We never know what someone is going through. And in order for us to reap blessings, we have to bless. Take a time out to just bless someone. I'm sure today, with the message, our little conversation we had, I'm sure someone was blessed some kind of way. Again, you guys be safe out there. I'll see you tomorrow for morning coffee chat at 7:30 or 8:30. I'll let you know. Until then, peace. Be safe.